In our pursuit of DEIB, we're asked to look at EQ or emotional intelligence. And I'm going to ask us to take a step further and to look not only at EQ, but also at cultural intelligence or CQ. Why? Emotional intelligence provides us the self awareness and social sensibility we need to detect and manage the emotions of people like ourselves, while cultural intelligence expands that ability to have the capacity to lead, empathize, and be open to others who come from different backgrounds than ourselves. EQ is great for leadership, but in order to lead diverse teams, we need CQ. Allowing for diverse teams opens the door for unique, innovative, collective brainpower that is more varied, creative, and sometimes experienced than a like-minded group. For example, what if we had a group of set individuals who were all like-minded and that they were all colorblind on the red and green axis? It wasn't until we opened the door to a new or different individual that we're able to now introduce the colors of red and green into our creative world. How innovative. The introduction of two new colors. So, how do you get CQ and cultural intelligence? Here are three key ways. One, stop judging and begin to listen to those individuals who are not like you. You may learn a new insight or a new way of doing something or learn a new color, red or green. Look for the positive intent in a different individual's reasoning, thinking, or doing than you. From their perspective, their intent is actually purposeful and good. And then three, allow culturally diverse individuals to sit at your table, to voice their thoughts, and to connect and to lead. At the end of the day, what we learned in kindergarten still stands valid and helps all of us to embrace diversity. Learn to play with others, no matter who they are and what they look like, while on the playground or in the sandbox. Share, and especially share if you have more than others. There is enough to go around. And finally, be kind, inviting to everyone you meet. It is no fun eating your lunch alone. Twiana, what are your thoughts?
Thanks, Kimberly. Sir Richard Branson is famously quoted as saying, quote, "A company's employees are its greatest asset, and your people are your product," close quote. Employees are the greatest and most valuable asset of an organization. To this end, corporate America's efforts to address DEI and B demonstrates a level of consciousness to treating its employees with care, comfort, and concern. Everyone is well aware that profit is the foundational bottom line. Of consciousness is playing out as some organizations carve out or cut its DEI and B programs amid backlash to the initiatives. A LinkedIn study found that Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer positions grew almost 169% from 2019 through 2022. Fast forward, current research now shows that the attrition rate for DEI roles at the end of 2022 was 33%. Organizations are restructuring and renaming roles from Chief DEI Officer to Chief Impact or Influence Officer. Reasons for the backlash vary and serve to challenge an organization's level of consciousness about the understanding and commitment to its most valuable asset. According to Workforce Intelligence, since July 2022, Amazon, Applebee's, and Twitter have led the way with DEI layoffs. The state of Texas has gone so far as to ban public colleges' DEI programs, which resulted in Texas A&M entangled in a lawsuit over its newly hired director of journalism. The lawsuit eventually settled for $1 million. Studies show that DEI benefits include a profitable foundational bottom line, higher recruitment and retention rates, as well as expanded innovation and creativity. Leaders, your level of consciousness directly correlates with your level of understanding, commitment, and CQ to DEI and B. Matt, what are you sharing today?
Thanks, Twiana and Kimberly. Yeah, it's pretty stunning to hear that organizations and a university are eliminating leadership positions intended to head up diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging initiatives. I just can't stress enough how important it is to keep up the focus on DEIB, especially now. I live next to Stanford, And just recently, a student was hit with a car after the driver of the car shouted a slur at the student. The student was injured and hospitalized. This student is an Arab Muslim, and he was attacked based on his appearance. By not putting an emphasis on diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, there are these real-world consequences. I am so impressed with this student who released a statement while in the hospital that I really think summarizes so well what we're all trying to say here. I'll read part of his statement. He says, "Today, as I share my story, my hope is to ignite a spark of empathy, a desire for change, and a call to action to foster a society where love overpowers hate, where understanding douses ignorance, and where compassion binds us in a tapestry of unified strength." Wow. I just can't think of a better way to summarize how important these concepts of diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, and cultural intelligence are, especially in these times.